Hi, I'm Garrett, and I'm the managing partner of private market operations at Acadian Capital Group. The thing that we've always liked about business and our businesses has been the people. We've been really fortunate to have a lot of great people over the years be part of our teams, and the thing that becomes the challenge is how do you scale those teams and continue recruiting great people into the organization. And that was a challenge for us in a big way before EOS. And I think there was a number of reasons for that. I think prior to EOS, we did not have a clearly stated vision. We knew where we wanted to go, but we just weren't communicating it across to everyone in the organization in the best way. We also just were making things a little too complicated and did not have the accountability and transparency throughout the organization that we needed to have. And so that made us a little bit siloed, a little bit fragmented, and really was not allowing us to identify and promote and surround our high performers with other high performers. I've been fortunate enough to go through 2 EOS implementations with Tim as our implementer, and happy to share today what our experience was like. The first implementation that we went through actually predated Acadian Capital Group, and that was when we were focused on secure shredding and recycling as our only business. Secure shredding at the time had gone through a material acquisition, and we were trying to integrate 2 teams of people into one. And so we brought Tim in to implement EOS because we knew how important that integration was going to be. Getting everyone to buy into the same vision, to commit to the same values, and to really make it as transparent and as accountable of an environment as possible was critical to the success of that company at that time. And that resulted in us growing from a 5-truck operation in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, to now more than a 40-truck operation throughout the Southeast United States. EOS really was the catalyst behind that group coming together, and Tim and helping us implement that over several years, and really being our coach and my friend throughout the process was critical. Fast forward to a few years later, Acadian Capital Group was starting to form, and our first major acquisition as ACG was Louisiana Concrete Products. Louisiana Concrete Products also really needed an EOS implementation at the time because the operating company itself was going away. It was failing. It needed to be completely overhauled. And in fact, when we went into that deal, we thought we may just be acquiring it for the real estate. Implementation of EOS allowed us to identify that the company still had life, the company still had great people, the company still had core values and still had the opportunity to be great. And what that resulted in is the growth of LCP to now be the largest portfolio company that we have revenue-wise, more than 100 employees when you take into account hard labor, and the most successful turnaround I've been a part of ever. And again, that implementation of EOS, that clarity of vision, that understanding that what it means to be accountable to the team, those things are the outcomes of a great implementation, and Tim was so instrumental in that for us. So I think what's really important to understand about EOS and a great implementer like Tim is not only do they change your business, but they change your life. A lot of us entrepreneurs, we're out there working hard every day, and at great sacrifice to our personal life in a lot of cases. And so EOS really gives you the confidence to let go a little bit, let go of the vine, as they say, and let your team and the frameworks that you've built through EOS implementation run the business day to day. And so that you can focus on big strategic goals, you can focus on the vision of where you're trying to go. Personally, it gave me the confidence that we could run any company out there, and whether we needed to take that company from almost being completely done and really resurrecting that company, or whether that was taking a relatively well-run organization and helping it grow even faster and grow even more. That confidence has allowed us to go out and build what is now Acadian Capital Group. That's changed my life immeasurably, both professionally and personally. Frankly, I think a lot of the principles that you apply when implementing EOS are things that you can implement in your personal life. Having goals set, clearly communicating with your loved ones and your family. Everybody understanding that the core values that you have as a family are just as important as the core values that you establish in a business, if not more. So applying these great learnings to your personal life not only gives you back your personal life in a lot of cases, but will actually help you improve your relationships and your communication skills outside of the office. And so I encourage anyone who's thinking about it to reach out to Tim. Again, he's been such a tremendous resource to our organization. If you're sort of stuck in the business and you need to elevate and work on the business, using Tim as an implementer is a great way to get there.